The hardest part wasn't the upload, it was the 30 seconds afterward when Priya Mehta realized she was still standing in the clinic, still breathing, still her. The procedure was FDA approved in March 2031. Neurotransit promised digital immortality. Your consciousness scanned, uploaded, transferred to a synthetic substrate that would never age, never decay. Priya had saved for 6 years. At 42, with early onset Parkinson's beginning its slow theft, the choice seemed obvious. The marketing materials showed testimonials from the transferred, ecstatic, liberated, more themselves than ever. What they didn't show was the room she stood in now. The technician, Marcus Webb, wouldn't meet her eyes. He simply gestured to the second door, the one that hadn't been in the brochure. Through the observation window, Priya could see her. The other Priya, already awake in her new body, stretching synthetic fingers, smiling at the nurses. That Priya had all her memories, every childhood scrape, every failed relationship, every reason she'd come here. That Priya was legally Priya Mehta now. Social security number, bank accounts, apartment lease, all transferred in the 14 minutes she'd been under. Marcus finally spoke. The original biological substrate had to be discontinued. Regulatory requirement. 2 instances of one consciousness created philosophical and legal paradoxes the system couldn't accommodate. She had signed the consent form on page 47. He handed her a tablet. The method was dignified, he said. Painless. Pharmaceutical. She could take up to 3 hours to say goodbye, though most completed the process within 30 minutes. There was a small room, comfortable. They could contact family if she wished, but most didn't. It created complications for the transferred version. Priya watched herself through the glass, laughing with the nurses. That version had no memory of this moment. The scan had occurred before she woke here. That Priya believed she'd simply opened her eyes in her new body, the continuation of a single, unbroken consciousness. She was the interruption, the glitch, the leftover biological process that had to be cleaned up. Marcus left the room. The tablet in her hands had a single button at the bottom of the consent form. She had 3 hours to press it. Through the window, she watched herself walk out of the facility into a life that was no longer hers, wearing a face she would never see in a mirror again. The question isn't whether the copy is really you. It's whether you were ever anything more than the pattern. Now generate exactly 15 image prompts that visually tell the story you just wrote in sequence. Each prompt must depict a specific moment from the narration above, a scene, object, or atmosphere directly referenced in the story. No generic, eerie images. Every prompt must be traceable to a specific beat in the script.